Kylie Jenner, Jimmy Fallon, and many more celebrities are involved in a new blackface scandal. Welcome to Inform Overload. I'm your host, Johnny Rogers, and if you're new here, we find the most interesting news stories on the internet and we make them more entertaining. A new scandal involving American celebrities who wore blackface either as a Halloween costume or for a comedy sketch is now surfacing all over the internet. This all took place after a photo of Virginia Governor Ralph Northam and a friend of his surfaced showing one in blackface and the other dressed as a Ku Klux Klan member. Yeah, you heard that right. The photo was from their college yearbook and soon became a big topic of discussion amongst late night hosts. However, the liberal leading late night host Jimmy Kimmel stayed silent on the issue, probably because of the time that he himself wore blackface for a sketch where he impersonated Karl Malone and Oprah Winfrey for The Man Show. This is why it's dumb for the public to listen to celebrities on political or cultural issues. We can't forget that most of these people want the spotlight for attention and will even go as far as wearing blackface to get that attention. Then we're supposed to uphold them as outstanding members of society, these holier-than-thou celebrities who are hypocrites when it comes to real issues. We also saw Jimmy Fallon not touching this issue with a 10-foot pole, probably because he too wore blackface when he impersonated Chris Rock on Saturday Night Liberals. I mean Saturday Night Live. Let's not pile on just those celebrities though. This scandal is also hitting celebrities like Judy Garland, Elizabeth Taylor, Tom Hanks, and Ted Danson, all of which have done blackface in the past. This has never been okay. Not as parody, not as a costume, never. It's just a weird thing to do. And yet somehow it's accepted if it's for the sake of comedy, I guess? Like, honestly, what is your excuse? The list goes on and on with the amount of people who at one point or another thought that this was okay to do. We even saw photos of Sarah Silverman from her show on Comedy Central where she also wore blackface, as well as Billy Crystal, who portrayed Sammy Davis Jr. back in 1984 and then reprised the blackface character when he hosted the Academy Awards in 2012. So don't clap for them saying that they need more representation in Hollywood when just 7 years ago they had a host wearing blackface. In more recent occurrences of this odd phenomenon in Hollywood, Instagram went crazy when Kylie Jenner seemingly darkened her skin in a photo back in 2015. This racist and demoralizing practice goes as far back to the early 19th century, where it should have stayed in my opinion. They would paint white men with blackface and show exaggerated lips and eyes, all for the theater. However, if that wasn't bad enough, they would often act these characters out to be ignorant, uneducated, hypersexual, lazy, and even superstitious. If part of you is thinking, well, this is all because people are more politically correct now and it's because they can't take a joke. Well, in 1848, an escaped slave named Frederick Douglass, who became a prominent activist, author, public speaker, and began the abolitionist movement to end slavery, was quoted saying, again, in 1848, "We believe he does not object to the Virginia minstrels, Christie minstrels, the Ethiopian serenaders, or any of the filthy scum of white society, who have stolen from us a complexion denied to them by nature, in which to make money and pander to the corrupt taste of their white fellow citizens." He's absolutely right. Even done in parody, it does not negate the fact that blackface generalizes and insults an entire race of people. Yet because most of these people are liberal, we see very little media coverage done on them. There will be nearly no backlash other than a half-hearted apology, and then it will just move on. Yet if a Republican did this, it wouldn't just be the end of their career, they would be doxxed to the point of their family being in danger. If you don't believe me, look into the death threats that the kid wearing the MAGA hat got on Twitter from celebrities, compared to Jimmy Kimmel, who with video evidence of him in blackface, but he still keeps his show and there's no recourse from his peers. Makes sense, I guess. The only sliver of evidence that both political parties in the United States are being held accountable for this is Democratic Virginia Governor Ralph Northam. I want to hear your thoughts on this story though, so comment down below with whether or not you think that this is just comedy, or if you think everyone who wears blackface should be given the same treatment when it comes to punishment for their actions. Now let's check out some of your featured comments from the video titled "Beyonce will give you free tickets for life if you become vegan." Chicken Nugget says, "It's not worth it, I love chicken, I am not giving that up for a concert." Yeah, I think she must have forgot just how much people really love chicken. Ray says, "Johnny, sorry to be that one, but I think you took the vegan jokes and trashing them too far. Some of them just sound simply ignorant. I was trying to be funny." People forget the tagline of this show is me taking the news and making it more entertaining. Sometimes that involves editing, sometimes it involves me inserting a sarcastic joke or opinion to elicit a laugh. Also, watch the entire video before commenting. I explicitly say at the end that you should do whatever works the best for you. If that means being vegan, then by all means do that. New Unique Choice says, I'm already vegetarian, about to be vegan, and not because of them, but don't want the tickets. I also gave up sweets and alcohol. Good for you giving up sugar and alcohol. Those are very difficult things to quit. Ryan Allen says, damn it, vegans will do anything to make it sound like they don't have their heads up their By the way, great jokes and an amazing video. I don't think they have their heads up their They just seem to not be able to take a joke about the food they eat. Batman Fan Forever 08 says, I can't go vegan, I like steak too much. You would have to pry the steak from my cold dead hands. LOL, so it looks like I'm not getting those tickets. Vegans are very malnourished anyways. We love your sense of humor, Johnny. Raffle, I love saying it that way. LMAO. I'm the same way when it comes to steaks, but not all vegans are malnourished. That was just a low-hanging joke that I could use. Shout out to hilarious stand-up comedian Foad HP, who's on a vegan diet and is the opposite of malnourished. Dude is jacked from just plants and working out. Thank you for watching Inform Overload. Hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video, and if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe before you leave. And if you want any more videos like this one, just click that playlist on your screen. And as always, if you find any new and exciting stories that you want us to cover, look for my Instagram in the description below. Send me a DM. From Inform Overload, I'm Johnny Rogers. Until next time, take care.